Mahogany, guess what? We're gonna go see Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange! Doctor Strange! I don't think that's the theme. Do you believe in magic? That's technically advanced alien science that we don't understand. In a young girl's heart. I need a clean shirt. An appropriate shirt to wear to the... Well, this is not gonna work. Let's see what I got. No. No. Maybe later. That'll do. Alright, Mahogany. We've got to eat and get dressed in time before Mommy gets home so that we can see Doctor Strange today. So that we'll be ready to see Doctor Strange. So we don't have a lot of time. And the only way to get that all done in a short period of time is one way and one way only. Mm-hmm. That's right. Benny Hill music. Wrong doctors. All ready to go? All dressed, all... I should really check and see what time the movie starts. Guess what, Mahogany? The movie we're about to see, it's a lot like that jacket. When Doctor Strange uses his Eye of Agamotto, all those who choose to oppose Agamotto must go. All right, ready? We're going to sing the Doctor Strange theme song. Ready? Oh! And we're on our way to see Doctor Strange. We are 2 days, we're about 2 days behind. It's not the premiere. It's Monday. But we're going to go see Doctor Strange. See, my wife forgot that there was a movie coming out this weekend.
No, the thing was I needed a break. I called a break from things. So I went on a vacation. That's what I did. Went on a vacation. And now I'm back, and I promised him that I'd take him, so he's going.
She planned a trip with some friends the day Doctor Strange opened, even though I've had Doctor Strange in the calendar for about 2 years now.
I'm sorry, but if anyone's a fan of Mint Condition, Casey and JoJo, and Keith Sweat, I think you can wait to go see a movie later just to see them. And that's all I have to say about it.
I'm a fan of Casey and JoJo, Mint Condition, and Keith Sweat. So you see, you left me to go see a concert that I would have appreciated go see. We're going into counseling later this week. But we're going to go see Doctor Strange, and we're excited. Right?
We need to talk later.
We're going to see magic that's really just alien science that we don't understand, but we use anyway. Hey, you went to see Mint Condition, Casey and JoJo, and Keith Sweat without me. I'm the one who should be making the lunch.
You know that those three bands together, you know there is a girl concert.
What you talking? A girl concert. A girl concert.
It was tailored for the girls.
A girl concert.
All girl concert.
We we are going to talk later.
Cause if it's love you see, I'll give you all the love
You send me swinging. Girl, you send me swinging.
Did you hear girl?
Yeah, I just said girl, you send me swinging. You mean tell me there were no men in that audience whatsoever? There were no men at that concert.
Very few.
Nobody went there on a date. Because y'all trifling. Y'all left without your husbands, even though your husbands would like to have seen that. You don't think I want to hear something? He keeps saying, nobody. I would have liked to have heard that.
I like Mint Condition better. He really knows how to sing. Man, what a voice.
Did you just call Mint Condition the he?
No, I'm sorry. The lead singer.
You
Oh, gosh.
just called Mint Condition a he,
What is the all he band?
and therefore you don't get to go to another Mint Condition concert.
Oh, yes, the heck I am. They've been put on my list.
You're on my list. Anyway, we should be talking about Doctor Strange.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to go see Doctor Strange.
By the hairy feet of Hogwarts. Just something like that.
Hate him.
By the hairy hosts of Hogarth. By the Greek yogurt of Hogarth. I don't know. It's something like he says something like that. I forget. I didn't get to read my Doctor Strange research before we left. So I got my Luke Cage stuff before we watched Luke Cage, but I didn't get to do my Doctor Strange bag stuff. Mahogany, are you excited back there? Missing the light. I didn't just totally run a red light. I was caught by the red light. Hey, you know what type of video this is? This is like a Lamar Wilson type video where he records himself in the car. He dances a lot though. Do you have any idea what you're getting ready to go see? What do you think, Doctor Strange? What do you think it's about so far?
I know the main character is cute.
Dumbledore Cumberbund? Bumble Sneeze Thundersnatch? Crispin Glover? Yeah.
I just know the main character is really cute.
Oh, okay. I've heard that his people walking on the road in the dark at night. Not a good idea. I've heard that he's walking on the wrong side of the road too. You're not supposed to walk with traffic, not against it. I've heard that people have a little bit of it takes a little bit of adjustment to hear Cumble Sneeze talking with an American accent.
Oh, really?
I heard, but didn't he have an American accent when he was?
All I know is really cute.
Have a conversation with him.
Oh yeah, he did, and he's really cute.
He had an American accent when he was.
Yeah, and he's really cute.
We've established you think he's cute.
He's really fine.
You know there's more to men than just their physical attractiveness, right?
Yes, and he's very intelligent, which makes him very cute. Oh, that was okay.
We should have live streamed this.
Really?
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Mm.
We'll do that for, we'll live stream Rogue One.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have more regular viewers at that point. But I'm going to edit this into a larger video. Oh.
Aw, shoot. Nah.
I didn't know I had a green light.
Oh, help me, please. Okay.
she's criticizing my driving.
I did not say one word.
Only because of that one red light that I ran. And,
I just didn't want to die.
and you know, I may have cut in front of somebody who was more or less close. He didn't look that close. He also only had one headlight.
Really?
He also only had one headlight, so I blame it on that. He wasn't that close. He wasn't coming that fast. Look, I'm anxious, okay? I'm enthusiastic.
Really, Mom?
Really what?
No.
Hey, I think I'm doing pretty good. I didn't hit that person who just appeared on the road out of nowhere, walking towards me in the dark. I think I'm doing all right. All right, so we pull into a wheel. Why I hear sirens? All right. We pull into our wheelchair spot. The theater is awfully dark.
We are going to the movies on Monday, baby, so not everybody out. Most people are home getting ready for them. So.
I said it was dark, not empty.
Oh.
This is kind of dark.
We probably need to make it in since our movie is at 6:15 because it is 6:10.
All right, we're going in. All right, guys, let's see how this goes. See what I mean by it's dark? All the lights are out. Did I just hear the lady say, if you want tickets, go away? Yeah, we don't actually do too well with trailers. They're too loud.
Take the next chance.
So we forgot baby's noise-canceling earphones. So we have to stay out here till the trailers are over because they're louder than the movie usually is. They're starting. We're going back in. We're going back in.
See through you.
You're a man looking at the world through a keyhole. You've spent your whole life trying to widen that keyhole. To see more, to know more.
Alright guys, we just got through seeing the movie. What'd everybody think?
It was good.
Like it? I really liked it. That was a good use of... See, that's an example of a movie where if you utilize a lot of special effects, the special effects drive the plot. or they facilitate the plot. They're not just there for show or for eye candy. There was a very specific reason why things looked the way they did. It was part of the combat. They used their environment as part of the combat. That's very cool.
Very cool. I like it a bit.
And that music was really good too, wasn't it? I wonder if they saw that article. There's this article online, this video online that talks about how certain franchises have really distinctive music, but the Marvel movies don't seem to. They seem to have the very same sounding kind of. Nobody could tell you like the theme to Captain America, but they could tell you the theme to Star Wars or Indiana Jones, or if you just asked them, they could hum it. But you know, like hum the theme to Iron Man.
Have you lost your mind?
So, but this one had a very distinctive theme. I think this one might catch on at least a little bit.
I mean, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
And I disagree that the villain wasn't like they keep. I'm starting to think now it's a knee-jerk reaction that if there's a villain in a Marvel movie, we just say he wasn't very compelling, even though the last two Marvel movie villains, in my opinion, have been very compelling. They've been very layered. They've been very textured. This guy literally had texture around his eyes. You know, we only watched that one episode of Hannibal. That's who that was.
Really?
That was Hannibal, yeah.
Hmm.
I've got that series backlogged. We should probably watch.
Yeah.
Because it started and it wrapped up since we watched that episode.
Whoa. Turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we had so we had Bumblebee's Snaggletooth, and he was playing alongside. Mordo was played by Chuck the Lose the Four, or whatever his name is. The brother played Mordo. He did a great job too. So we're going to talk about spoilers now, so if you don't want to hear any more spoilers, skip to this time code at the bottom of your screen. Okay. So Mordo being set up as the bad guy. Most everybody that knows comics knows that Mordo is a bad guy in the comics. In fact, we've been talking about that for a long time now, how he's not the bad guy in this movie. But clearly he plays... Clearly, if anybody complains about his character development as a villain, y'all hopeless. And of course, we had heard that Benjamin Bratt was going to be in the film. We didn't know who he was going to be playing.
Right.
Now we know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not what we were expecting. Every time we hear like somebody's in the movie, we think he's going to be like this major player. We always get all excited, like, they're going to have another person in the movie? Well, yes. Movies are populated by human beings, like the real world is. Did you think the movie was kind of short?
I mean, it was a 2-hour movie. Why would you think it was short?
Really?
Yeah.
Man, it just...
I mean, it was almost
It
2
just
hours.
was... It just felt like it was constantly, you know... I mean, not like it was non-stop action. It just felt like there was always something happening. I don't remember like drifting off or dozing off or anything at any point in the movie. I thought maybe the movie was just really short.
I mean, and maybe it was probably less than 2 hours, but I do know that until the start, until the end, until like the last scene, it was, I think the time when we went in at 6:15 and we got out of there about 8:25, I think. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, really good pacing though. I mean, I didn't feel like it was short, like I was left wanting. I just felt like it was over so quickly.
yeah.
Not like, you know, something like Aragorn.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like, wait a minute, did y'all just chop out the middle of the movie? Because we seem to be missing some important stuff here. We going to Chick-fil-A, folks. Hey, Chick-fil-A today. Chick-fil-A, the boneless breast of chicken. We're shopping. Nobody remembers that theme song. It's just just me. So Kevin Feige said, no, maybe it wasn't Kevin. It was Jeff Loeb, however you say his name. Jeff said in an interview that when asked if there would be some crossover between the TV shows and the movies, more crossover, like the implication is the TV shows will cross over into the movie instead of vice versa the way it has been. And he said, stay tuned. Crossover potential that I saw in this movie. Rachel McAdams is billed as Night Nurse.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, because she actually helped Doctor Strange go straight. And she actually helped the I can't even think of the other woman's name. Oh my gosh.
The ancient one.
The ancient one.
The
She
ancient
helped the ancient
Sure.
one. So yeah, I see that build up definitely, that he's going to probably be bringing a lot to her.
Well, and in the credits, she's listed as Night Nurse. At the very least, well, I know that, maybe not in the credits, I know that they've been calling her Night Nurse in all the promotional spots. So people were thinking that that meant that Claire was not Night Nurse, like they thought she was.
Right.
Because Claire is only... But Claire has been specifically called Night Nurse in the last Luke Cage series. So what people are forgetting is that the character that Rosario Dawson is playing and the character Rachel McAdams are playing were both Night Nurse in the comic book. Because Night Nurse was really more of a... At least at one point, it was several women. It was 3 women. So I'm thinking the crossover potential will come from this introduction of a movie Night Nurse and the TV show Night Nurse. That they'll come together somehow. Because they're both in New York. And all these superpowered people run around New York. There's bound to be some interaction at some point. We'll just have to see how they do it.
Yeah. And catching Loki is interesting. I don't know what they're going to get off that, but okay. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so when I was saying to you in the theater is I wonder if that after credits scene is from Thor Ragnarok in the same way that after credits scene in Ant-Man was actually from Civil War. Was actually a scene from Civil War. Because some of the things that make me think that is because Thor specifically says that he's brought Loki to New York because he's looking for his father. And as you recall, when Thor the Dark World ended, Loki had taken Odin's place, who we thought had been killed in the desert. It turns out he was fine. Really got to stop believing that Loki's dead every time he dies. I think he's punked y'all like 3 times now. 2-3 times now.
Loki. You know what? I've gotten to the point. I'm like, Loki ain't dying. Loki's never dying. Right?
I think he said, what was it he said in Avengers? Are you ever going to stop falling for that trick?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got us. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
So, and that makes you wonder, where's Odin? So, I wonder if that takes place like midway through Thor Ragnarok. Because it looks like Doctor Strange is really comfortable with his powers at this point. He's refilling Thor's beer, which, honest to God, we do need something like that in the house. Just instant beer refill.
Are you gonna go to that city to work on that so you can do that?
Kathmandu, whatever that was in Kathmandu. Yeah, but they might not let me in just because I want to be, just because I want endless drinks. So the acolytes, so Dormammu. Oh, and I just want to say Dormammu's. Yes. Oh, we having a seizure? okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Could I get a number 3 12 count? Instead of fries, let me get the super salad. Superfood.
With a superfood side salad, you said?
Yes.
So as you can see, I was excited, but we were both really tired and it was really late. The camera ran out of space amongst all the other little dramatic bits you saw there towards the end. Suffice it to say, even though my energy wasn't high that night, my final thoughts on the movie are that I was still super happy with what I saw, which has been par for the course for Marvel now for the last, I can't even remember the last time I was disappointed with a Marvel film. Probably not since the first Captain America. And yeah, I'm kind of including Iron Man 3 because I kind of enjoyed Iron Man 3. So yeah, sue me. Like I said that night, I thought they did a fantastic job with incorporating the special effects into the combat of the film. I thought they did a fantastic job with the acting and with the story. I thought it had no similarities to Iron Man outside of it being a guy who once played Sherlock Holmes with a goatee was the star, and I guess because he was rich. I think maybe we're drawing similarities between the actors. I think maybe we're just seeing a lot more similarities between the actors than we are actually seeing in the storylines. What I did see that maybe people are drawing similarities to is that this story, which is almost necessary for any superhero film, is it followed the hero's journey template, where you have a lot of the same story points that are necessary to get a heroic story like this across. For example, A New Hope followed this template, where you have like a hero who initially gets a call to action, and then he maybe initially rejects the call, and then there's some sort of tragedy that he encounters, and there's an intervention by supernatural forces. There's an old wise mentor. These are storytelling tropes that are critical for the hero's journey to work. So, and the way that you make that feel original is that you tweak the details. But you have to follow that particular template if you want a superhero story to be entertaining. If you want it to work, you have to use. I mean, you won't use every element, but you'll use some, even without thinking about it or without even knowing what the hero's journey is. Your story is going to follow that template because that's what this type of movie, this type of adventure is about. A person who is not, who is maybe special in a particular way, but not in a way that makes him extraordinary above all else. He may think so, and she may think so, and maybe even other people feel like, oh, they're the best at what we have, but then something along the way happens to them that shows that they are more than even they realized they were. I think Mads Mikkelsen was a solid villain. I didn't feel wanted. I didn't feel like there was anything lacking with him. He served the story the way he needed to serve the story. He didn't need more depth or detail. I'm not sure if we're expecting every single villain out of every single Marvel film to be on the level of Darth Vader. I don't think it's necessary for the Marvel films. As a matter of fact, I think a key reason why the Marvel films are as successful as they are is because the particular template that they're following, this universe that they're trying to build, doesn't overblow the villain's role any more than it needs to be. They don't need to chew the scenery to be good villains. And I think that's fine. I think it works for Marvel, and I don't think they need to change anything until they get to their main overarching bad guy, when they finally get around to showing us Thanos. At that point, we'll probably see more scenery chewing, because I mean, it's Thanos, a guy who killed half the universe. certainly is going to have to be a little bit over the top if he's going to be credible. As I mentioned that night, I thought the music was a standout, particularly that last score at the end, and hopefully Marvel is maybe taking some constructive criticism from the fans and thinking a little bit more about their scores, because I think that's been the one thing missing from. If there's anything that's been missing from this film, I don't think it's been a want for good actors. It hasn't been a want for good stories. It hasn't been a want for direction or for storytelling devices. Where they have been lacking is the one thing that maybe doesn't matter quite as much as it does for other films, and it's the score. The score isn't super memorable. Nobody can hum you the theme to Iron Man or Captain America or Thor with any type of regularity. You could walk up to somebody on the street and have them hum to you the themes to Indiana Jones and Star Wars and Back to the Future and Jaws. It's just something that the pop culture is intimately aware of, and John Williams had a lot to do with that depth of familiarity of these songs. But it would be nice if Marvel Studios could kind of get their own John Williams. And from what I understand, Giacchino, what is it with me and names? I can never pronounce names on this show. Giacchino, the guy who scored that closing credits theme, at least from what I've read, he's going to be responsible for the theme for Spider-Man: Homecoming. So maybe now in the near future we're looking at strong, memorable themes for our superheroes. I hope so, because Star Wars wouldn't be what it is if it was not for that theme. If it had a forgettable theme, I think John Williams had an immense amount to do with the popularity of Star Wars. The music matters, so we'll see where they go from there. I saw some criticism that said Rachel McAdams' character was underutilized, and it's true that she's not in the movie quite as much as the other characters, but there is at least one significant female lead in the movie who plays a significant role in Doctor Strange's character development. But at the same time, like I said in the spoiler section of the video, I'm not going to spoil anything here, but what I did say was I really do think that Rachel McAdams' character as the night nurse is going to tie in with Claire's character as the night nurse at some point, because they're both night nurses. Their characters were both night nurse in the comics. I'm thinking that this is going to be the piece of connective tissue that brings the TV universe into the movies, rather than vice versa, the way it's been. And I understand why that's harder to get the TV shows into the movies, because of the filming schedules. The timing is completely different on those two things, so the movies have to take priority and the TV shows have to feed off of it. But Marvel is good at listening to their fans, so I have no doubt, particularly based on what Jeff Loeb said here recently, that they are planning something, however significant it might be. They're planning something that's going to connect these two universes, and in my mind, an easy enough place to do that is with the two night nurse characters that they've established in both comic universe properties, their television and movie properties. And what a great way it would be too to kind of have in other words, what I'm saying is I think Rachel McAdams' character was underutilized intentionally, because I think they plan on doing more with her, just like they obviously plan on doing more with Claire. She's taking on a bigger role in those Netflix series than we imagined she would. So I think that's where that's going. I also don't think that the criticism lobbied at Rachel McAdams' characterization is fair, because they were kind of comparing her to the pining girlfriend. There's no spoilers to say that they're broken up before the movie even starts, so there's nothing to spoil there. But there's nothing in this film. This isn't a love story between these two, and at no point in this film are you ever given the impression that she has any more feelings for him other than she cares for this person, that she used to have a romantic relationship with. They are friends. She matters to him, he matters to her, not in a romantic way. Even though there's still some of that old chemistry there, it's not enough to rekindle the romance. And I never felt for once in that film that that was her purpose. Her purpose was to provide kind of the, we introduce her, we develop a sympathy for her, and then we come back to her to get, so that we get that, that thing that we often need in these types of films, a grounded view of these superpowers. We need to see what this stuff looks like to what this stuff looks like to an average person, because we've been caught up in that world for what, I don't know, maybe in 45 minutes of this film, and having Rachel McAdams react to the thing that Strange can now do is one of those. I actually believe that's a part of the hero's journey template as well. But even so, it's one of the more satisfying elements of these types of films, when someone you knew at the beginning of the story, when you were normal, now meets you again and is now exposed to these fascinating things that you've already become accustomed to, but now they're suddenly thrown into the middle of it. That's always fun, that's always entertaining, and it's best when they don't drag that out. Like try to keep it secret from the person because they can't know. They didn't do that here. They didn't do any of the annoying superhero tropes. And they usually don't in these Marvel films. And I can't say the same for the DC movies or TV shows. They have a tendency to want to do those more annoying, you can never know my identity things. We'll see how they handle that in Spider-Man. Hopefully they handle that with a little more graciousness, a little more grace, I should say. Well, if you made it through the video this far, man, you doing good. Your attention span is props, man. You get props from me. Be sure to like this video because it helps when people like it. Be sure to subscribe if this is your first time here, because I need subscribers. I don't got that many. But those of you who are subscribing or are watching, much love, and please subscribe more. Share this video. I don't think that's something that I usually ask people to do. Share this video or share one of my other videos. I need attention, man. Also, I gotta say all this because if you don't say this, YouTube sends somebody to your house and they rough up your cat. I don't have a cat, so that's awkward. Anyway, thanks for your time. It's the Digital Jedi saying peace out. See you on the other side.